Jazzcast Pros.
How would you handle if your mother took you to your father's house and never picked you back up? Today's guest shares her journey in dealings with abandonment issues to now being a successful entrepreneur, who will also share some key highlights with you if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, business owner, or if you're just flirting around with the idea. Welcome to Fearless Fridays with Maryann, the podcast to help you get unstuck, heal your inner child, and reshape your future. I am your host, Maryann Rivera-Dannert, and with over 10 years of experience as a coach, author, speaker, and owner of MRD Empowerment Solutions, I use my personal life experience with trauma, healing, and rediscovery as a catalyst for personal growth. My mission is to empower you to discover and unlock your full potential, paving the way to a life marked by freedom and balance. Together, we'll tackle the tough stuff and find the strength within to rise above.
I'm Quiana Turner, and I'm so thankful to be on your platform finally. And what happened is I literally walked in my purpose on purpose. I was in network marketing. And in 2017, I discovered what it actually is and what I was doing. And I just kept the motion. I end up having a team, and then the team goes away. It's network marketing. But in that, I ended up jumping to some jewelry. And that's where Say Yes to You was created off of me looking at the business card. I'm like, I want my own card. I don't like theirs, I'm like, I can create. I can go on Canva. I can do my little spiel. And I did. But when I got to the part where I'm like, people have slogans. Well, what would Keith's Treasures, because it was jewelry, slogan be? And I stared at the card on the Canva, and I'm like, say yes to you. Because we say yes to people, places, and things. And we don't say yes to the genuineness, the good and the bad, the ups and downs, the, ghetto ratchet, the hood. We don't say yes to all them things about us. And when we can learn how to do that, you can value yourself, walk in your true identity, and sail in your purpose. But we can't do that until we learn how to genuinely, authentically, intentionally, and purposely love ourselves. And I've been on that journey for 5 years. But Speak to My Heart, which is my podcast, it didn't become created until 2 or 3 years later. So I've been Speak to My Heart podcast for 3 years. But Say Yes to You, just speaking and working in my gift and all that, baby, 5 years. And I'm loving it because the number 5 is grace. But then last year, you have them little flags and little green flags. I just saw it on Facebook. Green flags go off in your head. Get in the coaching business. Do what? And it wasn't because of a bad thing. I'm just set on, I know my gift is speaking. I crafted that. This is where I'm at. But I also have to elevate. And last year was my first year of writing any type, actually writing a book, but it's not a book to be published. It's like an ebook. So last year was my first year putting it together all by myself, seeing the creativeness with myself. And I'm like, I like this. So the first book I thought about when I was on the playground and all the times that somebody told me I couldn't do something. So from the playground on up to being an adult, that's how Yes I Can ebook came about, because I was thinking about all of, no, you can't do that, you this and that. It's always somebody telling you what you can't do. But I know in Philippians 4:13, ain't no way it's in there talking about I can. You ain't got to say the rest. You just say I can. So I can do all things, though, through Christ who strengthens me. So if the ability is right here, then let's go to work.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. Then getting out of the coaching program, I created Say Yes to You, Empower Thyself. And it is a book about manifestation through speaking into and through your life. You can't just speak it out. You got to go into speak into you. And it's a constant, and it's through affirmations where if you write it, speak it, receive it, and believe it, it manifests. And you start seeing who you are. You start walking into who you are. And you really genuinely get this, your back get a little bit straighter. You be like, oh,
right,
man, you just start making sure that crown is pinned down. And then I created You Do Matter, since I'm a coach.
Mm. Love that.
Self-actualization coach. I just don't like titles because titles have weight to them. And the more that we evolve
Mhm.
ourselves in the title and not evolve ourselves in who we are, then I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. I made sure that everything about me that dealt with where I'm going into wasn't about, oh, you're a coach and you people got to do this and no. No, I remember to say, I am
Mm.
great. I
Love that.
am patience. I am love. I am kindness. And then here we go with You Do Matter ebook, which is also the coaching session and one-on-one coaching session with me. And it's for people who are overwhelmed, burnt out, feeling of inadequate and valued, feeling that you're not appreciated. And it's enough of us out here where we can pour into somebody else and let them know you're not alone, baby. You matter. Come here, let me fix your cramp. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So that's where I'm at now. And I'm like, I created some books.
I love that. So you are definitely doing a lot and you are definitely a multifaceted entrepreneur. So what was missing or what was going on in your life? What were you healing from that shifted you into this path?
Oh, Maryann, no, she didn't. She dug deep. I was a kid that was took.
Mm.
So at 5, 6 years old, my mother took me to my father's house for whatever reason. I don't know and I don't care. I'm still standing. I'm here. Here, meaning in Oregon.
Yeah.
And at 10, 11 years old, the woman who raised me left Oregon and she went back down to Mississippi, where she's actually from.
Mm.
Life changed. It's like a whole
Right.
wipeout in that area somewhere. But I didn't know who I was. I lived in fear. I lived in fear is just the top number one word, which settles everything because fear drives you mentally. Fear has you in your feelings and emotions. So you do things in feelings and emotions and not in facts and logic. You'll do things because, oh, you think this is what you desire. I'm speaking on key.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I had to break free from the whole factor of Mississippi, the whole
Mm.
factor. And that was the second
Yeah.
time that I had left my kids. But this time, I told them X, I did X, and I went back and got them. Just like I said,
Mm.
it might not have looked
Right.
like, see, when God work with you, it don't look like what you want. It look like what he wants. And what goes
Correct.
on, it looks crazy. Like, why would you do that? Why did See, you're not here the first part. He was took. She know who she was. The biggest thing in life for me is that honesty is supreme to your identity. I had to sit down and
Mm.
be honest with you. Am I happy? I got to be hungry for something more. I want to know
Yeah.
who I am. That's why I had left Mississippi and went to Cleveland. It's like that was my last straw of everything. I just chunked up the deuces and just somebody was there I knew and I went on. The key word what that person said to me was opportunity. So from
Mm.
2012 to this day right here, I would never forget the word opportunity. And every time God opens up a door, I'm jumping in. I'm jumping in because ever since I left, I ain't did nothing but jumped in something that I didn't even know was attached to who I am. That's why I
Mm.
keep going. It don't matter
Yeah.
what's going on. I've been through enough. And when I walked
Right.
into myself from 36, 37 years of my life, not knowing my family, not talking to them, not seeing them, not breathing, all of anything you can think of that a little girl should never go through. Never. I
Right.
have overcome. I'm still
Mm.
here. That's why I am like I am. Because when I heard that song by Elton John, I'm still standing. It makes me really happy. We play it on my
Mm.
birthday every year because I saw. I'm
Mm.
serious. I got to have that song, baby. I'm still standing. I done went through
Yeah.
a whole lot mentally and emotionally and not knowing who I was. But when I stepped into me and put my super cape on, baby, I really don't even know who that person was anymore.
So let's break that down a little bit. What was that work like? Because you just didn't wake up one day and said, okay, I'm fed up with this life. And then the next minute, everything fell into place. So what was that healing process like? What was that work that you had to do?
I had to believe in God.
Mm.
Don't make me cry because it's a sweet part of me. It's like if the only thing I knew was going to church would make me feel such an inner peace. Every time I would get close to God some kind of way, it was a peace that just is like whatever didn't even matter. It didn't even matter. It was a lot. I would run away into the woods because here was different. I had a little hope. But when you left here and took me to Mississippi, now all hope is gone. See how the enemy like to play in your head? Now all hope is gone. I literally would run away in the woods. I would go run away in the woods somewhere or whatever, just sit there and so I've been practicing meditation since I was a kid and didn't know it. I've been in yeah, I know I'm a kid. I just know I like being out here with the nature and the sky is pretty and you can hear the buzzing of animals. You can hear their wings. Yeah. That's what I had realized is I could start hearing differently. I can hear little things probably crawling up to me or something like that. I can feel when something passed by you. It might have been a bird or, a little butterfly or something. But it did take me a minute because I still was in the arms of somebody because I want love, love, love. I ain't gonna lie, that's all I want. I want somebody to love me. I'm not gonna lie.
We're humans. We were created to be in companionship with others. It's part of life.
So I want companionship. I don't have mom, sister, brother, cousin, uncle. I don't have nobody. That, not saying that you didn't love me, but I didn't have my family, but not having an understanding of what's going on. For years, it was always a question mark. Why? And that also drove me into bad relationships and just bad situations and not valuing myself and not loving myself, ending up out here in the street, just, thugging. And not realizing that I'm already the truth, humble, unique greatness that God made me.
See, did you get an answer to that question?
Yeah, 2008.
So you've always wonder why.
In 2008, forgive. Yeah. Forgive. Let me show you how. God said, I'm going to show you, because I know you like to be out there being God did it. God, I sure do. I am always God did it. And because of that, it's a person who started growing and seeing themselves. And when I learned that scripture, God has not given me the spirit of fear, but he gave me power. You gave me what? Love and self-control. Oh, I just had to embrace the first one, which was power. That you ain't give me fear. Okay, well, whoever gave me fear, you can take that back. I want that power. Started changing because I understood the power of forgiveness in 2008, and I started forgiving everybody, everything, anything. 2009, God has Facebook going on. Hello, lights. Godmother. Messages. 4 days later, I talked to mom. It's not an easy peasy journey. It's still a journey now because I'm an adult having an adult relationship with adults. This don't look pretty. It looks like, oh, he ain't out here just, no, baby. I have this thing where I tell myself, cry 2 tears in a bucket, pick the bucket up, wipe your face and keep going. That's what walking by faith looks like. I'm going to hold my faith, my tissue in the other hand. I'm going to keep going. That's what I had to learn is how to walk and trust God. That why? You said why? Because God said you are light and you believe. Because you believe in me. You believed in me way back then. You believe in me. You believe that whatever I do in your life is going to be glorious because you're going to turn around here and give me the praise, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay then, let's go. So I had to shift the why into, okay, what you want me to do now? I stopped asking why because I never got the why, humanly wise, but I got what I really needed. What I needed was God giving me assurance that you got me on this journey because I don't trust people. You see how they did. And I'm over here like, I had to believe again. 2017, he said, go to Oregon. Me and my sons packed up everything, sold everything, and we did all that. And God still took us down to just a little backpack. When trust with God, baby, God want to see, do you really trust me? I take you down to nothing to just hold the eraser in your hand. Is you going to hold that eraser in your hand and trust me and walk? That's where I had to get to. I had to get to trusting God without a shadow of a doubt, no matter what I see, no matter how I feel about something, that don't matter. Because he said, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. So why you thinking the only thing I told you to do is walk?
Right. So you are an entrepreneur. So you have the coaching, you have the podcast, the ebooks. Who do they serve? Who are they for?
The first one is Yes, I Can ebook, and it is actually for youth. So your baby got to be able to read because it is a self-empowering book and a personal growth for them. And it's affirmations also. So they just stem off of that, and it's a little activity in there for the parent and the child have to do together. Here goes social intellectual parts again, because I feel we live in a world of social inadequacy where we don't know how to be sociable. Like, hi, Maryann, how are you?
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, we don't know how to do that anymore. We don't know how to be like really concerned. And a lot of times I'm looking at children when I'm telling you that you're incredible. They'll just look at you like, huh? And back in our days, when you tell me I'm incredible, baby, that's not to do, ooh, I'm wet. Yes, I am. So I created that book because like I said, I had recess in mind, and it was done this time last year. So Yes, I Can ebook has an anniversary, which is now.
Nice.
And then we have the Say Yes to You book, Empower Thyself. Now, it is for adults. It is for anybody, but it's mainly for adults because understanding what manifestation is, understanding what affirmations are and what they do, understanding that Yes, I Am is the most powerful universal language to build yourself up. But it is also God breathing his breath of life into you. And dry bones, go say I am. You can say I am great. I am loving. Simple stuff. And the more that you say that to yourself, the more that you fuel your identity and you start attaching to who you are. So that's the main purpose of Say Yes to You, Empower Thyself. And You Do Matter is the coaching session. So you have to take the coaching session or buy the book in order to get me. So if you get the ebook, you're going to still have to get me in order to go through the curriculum part of the book. Now, the podcast was just wrote down. I don't have a pen. So the podcast was wrote down on a piece of paper 5 years ago. And I wrote it down and I left it there. And February the 15th, 2021 is when I touched my phone. I was like, what is that app? Click. Now that's what spiritual eagle eye insightfulness looks like. Even though we call it aha moment, there's spiritual eagle eye to your future, to where something goes in alignment with the assignment, which is your gift. So when I clicked on it, everything in me surged to this, yes, I know where Speak to My Heart goes to. And I hurried up and went and did my first podcast because I was so excited. I finally knew where something went to, and I took off from there. Until where this beginning of this year, there go that surge again. I just kept writing Speak to My Heart live. And I'm like, when you're literally trying to get people to communicate on a podcast and you see the vision, which deals with, we know I call everybody is a superstar. If you don't want to be a celebrity, that's fine. I call everybody superstars because super means power and star means light. Be light and you are power. Speak to My Heart live deals with the superstars that I need to have on there. And this is where we at now.
You are on the Fearless Fridays podcast. So how are you living a fearless life?
Oh, baby, you know, I love me fearlessly. Well, let me say it like I actually say it. And the reason is because Fridays for me are fierce, fabulous, and fly Fridays. So when you said how I feel being on here, baby, since day one, like I love me fiercely. And you got me on here. So I'm super duper ecstatic about the whole concept of your podcast. And then it goes with my Friday, love you fiercely, love you intentionally, love you purposefully. And until we can get there, Baby, all it is somebody, you taking your own little self and start tapping on you and igniting you so you can get that fire. That's how I feel about being here with you, is you lighting that fire up. And I thank you because I met you and I'm over here like, this is my sister. I don't know where where you brought her from. I don't know how to, but ever since I've been watching, I've been following to the extent of like, follow those who go before you. That's what I really was doing, was with speaking and writing or whatever. I'm always checking out somebody who's already just paved that way and showing you what to do and how to do it. So I'm very ecstatic about being here with you because, you came on my show and I'm like, hey, we did it. Yay.
I love that. I love that. So what would be one piece of advice that you can give to an entrepreneur who is either just starting out, who's thinking about launching a business? What's one lesson that you've learned in the process that you can pour into someone else?
Grab your bucket, grab your tissue, hold on to your face. And my other thing would be, you are not alone. I am here for you. Nobody is alone in this journey. Nobody. Anytime you get the feeling like you alone, pull on one of your supporters that's like-minded entrepreneur like you are. That's why it's like, get you a friend that's in the same niche that you are, or not even in the same niche, is in the same bowl where you are like-mindedness. Because this is a lonely journey because you the only one to see the vision besides God. You are the person that goes with the purpose, which is the pre-existing plan for your life. And you have to value everything about you. Everything about you. Because this is going to pull and dig on you. And you got to walk by faith and not by sight and trust God.
So grab a bucket and grab your tissues and grab your faith. I love that. I love that. Where can our listeners learn more about you and connect with you, possibly be on your podcast and support you and grab your ebooks?
Most definitely right now to be on the podcast. Reach out on TikTok. It is my name, Quiana Turner. You can reach out on Facebook. It is Quiana Latoya Turner. And to the ebooks, it is payhip.com/say yes to you.
And as we get ready to wrap up, what else are you working on? What do you have coming up?
June 8th drops the next ebook. And after that, we are working on our For Real first book. The original book of all of it that started all of it will be launching soon, as far as like an actual For Real published book soon here. So by the time this airs, just remember my first original book that I wrote in 2021, Say Yes to You, Book of Affirmations, written by Quiana Turner herself, and some poems and personal quotes, and maybe one or two poems from some other people that you don't know. But that book most definitely should be out come August when this is seen. So, hey, I'm excited about that. And that's my real book. That's the baby. That's when God said write, and I said, okay, what you want me to write about? That's when I learned how to ask the right question. Because he said, and I had some affirmations on the table. And after I said it, I came back through and I looked at the time. I say this book affirmation. And the moment you say it out your mouth, that's how real it is, because it's coming from your soul.
Yeah. I love that. I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for being with us today and speaking to our audience.
Thank you for having me, Maryann. I'm so honored and so just like, I wish I could hug you because you have so much going on that has raised the bar, just say for myself as a podcaster and as a speaker, as an author, as an individual. And just to know where you are right now in your life, because I follow you and I see you and I'm like, look at my sister go. Look at that. I want to tell somebody out there before we really go, you are the celebration, and celebrate every win, big or small, because other people don't. And you have to celebrate you daily. So if she don't celebrate herself, I'm over here like, ooh, go. That's why I be like, oh, I got to go share that. Because, baby, you paving the way for somebody like me to keep going and knowing that I'm going to get there one day too. So thank you so much for having me, and thank you for shining your light on me.
Thank you so much for those kind words. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to leave a 5-star review and share with a friend or two. If you're not already following us on social media, come join the Fearless community at MRD Empowerment Solutions on Facebook or Instagram, or visit our website, MaryannRiveraDannert.com. I'll catch you next week with a new episode, and remember that you are a priority and you matter.